Alright, I'm going to do this quick little video just to kind of show you guys what's going on with this new gear. Okay, this is the back plate off the new gear. Okay, where's it at? This is the shaft that goes in here that your gear mounts to. The arm comes off here. Thicker, which is good. The problem is this back plate is pretty much an inch longer on each side than the original back plate. And you can see the original back plate, where it sits, is pretty much, it's got maybe a ½ inch at most before it hits this side frame. Okay? And if it did go in place, when I had it in, this arm actually, you would have to cut out this whole area right here on the side just to make this gear clear. You can't go any lower because these long arms that you guys put on, which are nice because it gives it more leverage, hit the turbine. I had to grind a little bit off of them just to get them to clear, even with it in the original mount. Okay, everything else mounts in fine. These gear, they don't cradle the turbine as much, they kind of stop flat, but it still gives clearance for the gear door, so no problem there. But like I said, what it does though, let me hold on, get the gear out here. What it does is makes the base stance of the gear not as wide. So the towing's okay, but the angle of the gear is not right. But I mean, it's in there, but it's just, like I said, because like I said, when you put the gear on here, it spreads them out a little bit further, makes it look more like it's supposed to. But this mount is just too wide. And like I said, I mean, it goes in, but it sits about an inch lower into the jet. And when it does that, it's sitting on the turbine. You know, there's no room for the arms or anything to move. And you would still have to cut out this whole side on both sides just to get the gear to clear. So, I mean, I'm not saying that this isn't the right gear, but you know, I don't know if you've put it in a 1/6 scale jet yet or not, but it will not fit. So to get it to work in short term, I put the old back plate off the original gear, and everything else is the new gear. So not an issue. Nose wheel, only thing I have to do for that, which I knew, you know, like you said, it was going to be, had to do some mod, is I'm going to have to put a block under this open place for the servo arm. Used to be because it would sit further back before. Now it's shorter, so I got it in. That's a simple thing, but everything else is pretty easy. Just wanted to make this to kind of show you what the deal is. It's in there. I guess it'll work. I don't know. I guess I'm going to test fly it tomorrow and see how it goes. But it was a lot of work. I had to have a friend machine, because the old shaft is thinner than the new one. These arms are obviously too big, so what I had to do is make we machined a bushing to go inside this arm to adapt it to this smaller size shaft. And you have to cut out more in the bulkhead to get the clearance for those arms. So we'll see how it goes. You know, maybe a fix would be just to, you know, design these new gear around the original backplate size. But you know, it's a lot of work to have to do for paying for something, and then turn around and having to pay somebody else money to make those bushings for me just to get it to work. You know, so if you still want me to send this back plate back to you, I can, and maybe you guys can send me a newer back plate since I already paid for these things. But there you go. Like I said, we'll see if it works, and I'll be able to give you guys some feedback on how it holds up. Hopefully after tomorrow and next week when I go to Georgia Jets, or Jet South, whatever it's called. But there you go.